Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Well. It is Catfish, Tyler, and King Cat. We are back. We're waiting for a visual right now, and we're going to bust it out this afternoon. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We are here, and even though we don't have a picture yet, we will soon. Hey, it's me, King Cat, and King Cat Tyler. Let's see if we can get a picture up here any second now. We should see it come up for everybody to see, and we're going to be off and running here while King Cat comes back to finish out the day. Glad we could get back on here. Still don't see a picture yet. Don't know if you can hear my voice yet. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Running. Come on up. Let's go, picture. Let's get up. We got time to go here. 30 minutes left in the day. Hey, everybody. It's King Cat and King Cat Tyler. And we are back here on the scene to close out this awesome day where we're going to see this thing, Sofi, perhaps bust right back up. Hey, yeah, we're going to see it back. Time for Sofi to go back up over $8 possibly by the end of the day. So we're glad you can be here, everybody, and thank you for coming back. Now let's get back over here and let King Cat take over. We'll see you guys later, everybody. Thanks for being here again. Bye-bye. All right, everyone. I am back. It is Catfish, Tyler, and I'm back on the scene. Want to thank you for being here, everybody, whoever's here. Thank you for being back. Hello, and yes, I'm back for the for the closing bell. Yes, I am back for the exciting end of the day. Let's make some money. Let's make some big money, everybody. Ha ha. There we go. 3 folks here with me right now, as I can see. I want to thank you for being here. And let's get over here and look at the NASDAQ. Oh my gosh, folks, 14,522.88. I want you to know, look at the 5-year high, people. Look right there, 15,644. 15,644, folks. We are 120 points away from the highest we've been in 5 years, everybody, since November 1st, 2021, pre-COVID. All right, let's get back over to Sofi. And I told you we'd be up here at $7.98 when I got back, maybe even back up over 8. And look at her going. We have a still low volume, less than I actually expected, and we're as low as yesterday's amount. But look at the run up since I got out of here, folks. What a beautiful sight to see that. And folks, it isn't done. Looking at this NASDAQ continuing to scale up higher and higher. And I'm the one that called for a 125-point gain on the NASDAQ today. And folks, we may even still see that yet. We've got 28 minutes remaining. Let me put this picture over here. Let me put this picture down. And there we go. And move this over here so I can see everybody who's here. Yes, indeed. And I want to thank you for being here, everybody. And we're going to watch this last bit of the day unwind, and we're going to see where we end up. And then we're going to refresh this page on how many institutional holders there are on the stock today. And indeed, still got 658 with long only positions, 25 shorty. 715 now. No more 696 like we saw about a month and a half ago. 715, folks. We've seen a whole bunch more piling in, and I showed you yesterday how many more had accumulated more shares. So 6 of you here with me. Make sure you hit the like button, everybody, and let's get this thing running. Let's see Sofi continue to go right on up this afternoon, which I speculate that it will. And the reason being is because it won't just be people like Catfish buying it through the rest of the afternoon up here. But as a matter of fact, before I left, the last 2 buys I got were at $7.91, people. So look where we are, continuing the run up, and I want you to pay very close attention to the amount, 13 cents. How many times did I show you that today and showed you this 166 and 13? How many times earlier today did I show you that? And every single time we've seen that, it's gone right on over it. It's going to do it again now, folks. It's going to do it now. Mark Rip, hey, I'm back too. Very cool. Thank you, Mark. Hello and welcome back. Hello again, Mark, and welcome back. Boom, there you go. I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. We got 8 folks that have come back here to join in. Give you all a hello. Thank you for being here. I'm very grateful for your presence. I want to thank you for being here to watch this last 25 minutes of the day. And folks, like I said, I did not think we're going to continue to see this price stay down. And I said it's a very good likelihood that these shorts are completely kaput, run out of their shares to short with, and it's just going to keep running. Mopar, I'm back on the set. Whoa, yeah. All right, we got several here. Don't forget to hit the like button, everybody. Let's get this part 2 of this video I put up today to keep going up. And folks, I want you to pay attention to this number, 12 and 155 here. 12 and 155. And now we see 13 and 158, so that's a fraction, folks. And they're not seeing their 166 they want to get this at. 13 and 166, folks, is what they're aiming for. Be very aware that what I said earlier is important. We need to see this this is the perfect number for them to run it down today if they can hold it, but it's not going to stay there, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Hello, yes. Hello again, Manny. Yes, I made it back. Yes, I made it back, Manny. Just for you. Just for you. You. LOL. And I'm just kidding, of course. Kidding, of course. I'm here for everybody. Cat is here for everybody. For all. Yes, a Merry Christmas to all. There we go. And folks, what we're going to see here is an effort by the shorts to continue and hold this price at 13 cents down and 166. Now, I called this yesterday. I told you they were going to try to have us close at 813. And I wasn't the only one. Mopar was in there with me too. We both knew what they were aiming for because these guys have just become so predictable, these shorts. But you got to ask yourself this question, folks. Why couldn't they hold this price down here? Why couldn't they make it drop lower at lunchtime than they did here when it hit $7.84 or 82 cents this morning? Why couldn't they? Well, because each time they tried, it was denied. The door was closed. The door was closed there. The door was closed there. The door was closed there. Closed there. Closed there. Door was closed there. Closed there. And it's going to close here. All right? Folks, we got freaking 24 minutes left, and the door has to continue to get shut on the slammed in the short's face over and over and over this afternoon. So I got 11 folks here. Make sure you hit the like button so the last folks of the day can get over here and see what's going on this channel. Folks, I want you to see also, look at the NASDAQ. Look at the attempt to run it back. Look at that. This is the 5-year chart, and folks, we're quickly approaching a 5-year high on the NASDAQ. And I've already said to you folks, as the NASDAQ does, so does Sofi. All right? So, folks, you just hang on because the NASDAQ looks awesome. The chart on the 1 day looks incredibly awesome. They're trying to pull it back slightly right now with some profit taking going on. But the big boys are going to come in here, I think, right here at the end of the day. And you're going to see the volume start spiking on this. I don't think it's going to be much of a pull-off. I don't think they're going to run it down for long. But you can see here, out of the last 9 minutes, 7 of them have been red. So they're trying to do a pullback to the 45 and 50 day right here, right now as we speak. But folks, I think it's going to bounce. They're going to try to close the NASDAQ at 14,513. Okay, that's my call. They're aiming for 14,513 close. All right, let's see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But I think I'm right. Doesn't matter even if they do make that attempt, folks. I think we're going to see some major volume come in here at the very end of the day because this market is exciting right now. People are not scared. I want to look at the VIX today and see what the VIX did. VIX index. Let's look at it. See what it is doing. Oh my God, look at this thing just continuing falling all the way down to 1182, folks. That is absolutely awesome. That is awesome to see that. That means everybody's comfortable with the market. This is the volatility index, folks. And I showed you guys yesterday how it coincides with the NASDAQ. They run together. When the volatility is very low, then the NASDAQ takes off, and that's why it's taken off now, because the volatility is so dang low right now. And this is awesome for the market as a whole generally, all right? Just so you're aware of that. Now we're going to get back over to SoFi, 794, 13 cents down. Oh man, look at them trying so hard to make that number be the end of the day. But instead, the price is at 795 now. Soon it will be 796. As you can watch the volume here very closely, folks. I'm going to start calling this out at 20 minutes till. We're at 23 million and 92. We're going to go over yesterday's level. There's no question about that. 23 million and 94, 23 million 95, 23 million 99. There's 4,000 shares bought. 23 million 99 932, 23 million 99 932, and holding 23 million 101, 23 million 102, 23 million 105 will be next because that's a short dump. 23 108 possibly even. There's 2,000 bought by a long. 23 million 106, 23 million 106 324. 23 million 106 526, 23 million 123. There's 20,000 shares bought there almost. 23 million 132. And folks, the price is rising. I want you to be aware. 23 million 134 now. 23 million 134 9. 135, 136 coming here. 23 million 135 926. 10 shares just bought like catfish. Someone's buying just like me, catfish. Meanwhile, watch the NASDAQ here, 14,515. It's starting another leg up for the end of the day. We could be up 125 points in the day, just like Catfish called. Even this morning when they were running it back down, I told you folks, this thing's going to turn around, and you're going to see this thing probably up 125 points by the end of the day. All make-believe, fakery, shakery, bakery this morning. Look over here on the 1 day and look at all the fakery, bakery, shakery, fakery this morning when we came out of the gate. Look at this massive rundown attempt this morning when we came out of the gate. I'll get over here, don't worry. And there it is. Oh my God, you guys, Yahoo, please. Man, oh man, I just got 100 shares of RBT 162 this morning. Oh, nice. All right, very cool. And is it running now? Let's go take a look at RBT. Let's go look at it. RBT. Oh, yeah, RBT. What's it doing now? 167. Okay, I'm with you, man. Good move, good call, good one. Nice pickup there. Very cool. Glad you could pick up that stock off this channel. I think I'm the one that informed you about this in the beginning. And I remember telling Maria Almeida, I remember telling her about it, and she got a good buy on that and sold it up in the twos. So here we go, folks. What I'm trying to show you is the NASDAQ 1 day, and what I'm trying to do is show you the manipulative efforts that came in on that 1 day chart this morning. Look what they tried to do when the CPI came out. Look at that rundown. Right out of the gate, it looks just like SoFi, doesn't it? And I told you then, folks, don't worry. That's all fakery, shakery, bakery, and all they're trying to do is scare people out of the market, and we're probably going to see a 125-point gain by the end of the day. That's what I called. And look where we are now. Look at this thing just bouncing off the 200, bouncing, didn't even get close. And look at this last sell-off, profit-taking, bakery, fakery, shakery again, people. That's all it is that you're seeing now, profit-taking. And there's the number they're going for, 513. They're probably going to try to close it at 1451313. Don't be surprised. We're right there at 51414. And I'm telling you, folks, if they don't get that, the NASDAQ's going to continue to climb. And tomorrow it's going to continue to make its run. And we're going to see, oh, look at this thing now. It looks beautiful. What are you going to do, shorts? How are you going to make any money here today? You made a whole whopping 1% on shorting this position. How much did you pay in interest to borrow the shares? You lost 5% today is what you did, even at the price we're sitting at now, just so everybody knows. Very cool, very cool. 14 of you here. I said I'd probably try to get back here for the close, and I'm going to be here for the close. I want you to see what they're trying to do here. They're trying to make it close down 13, which will be 166. That's what they're aiming for. That's what they're trying for. Okay? Just so you're aware of it. I want you to be very, very clear on that. These manipulative efforts continue to exist on this stock, and they're never going to stop until they get totally, totally burned and they finally throw in the towel. And when they do, the price will be at $13. Mopar, another good gain on my VTI shares I was buying up. All right, at 206. Good. Very, very cool. Nice, Mopar. Very, very cool. Everybody making money today because we all bought today on SoFi when it hit 782. I know a lot of you did, right along with me, Catfish, this morning. When they came at it right here, I told you, time to get in, people. I told you it was. And now look at the turnaround and look at the run up. Watch the volume here. 23,311 now. 23,312. 23,312. 23,313. 23,314 will be next. Very quickly. And folks, it isn't going to stop. The volume isn't going to stop coming in. Buyers will not stop buying SoFi stock no matter what these shorts try. And like I said, all this morning was shorts, selling to shorts to accumulate more shares, steal people's shares who were stupid enough to sell them. And now look at the run up going all afternoon. Even after the attempt to run it down to noon, the lunchtime low, there it was. $7.85, the lunchtime low, and now we're 10 cents off of that. So sorry about your luck, shorties, you stupid jerks who shorted this, because I guarantee you, they started shorting it here, they shorted it here, and they ran it to here, and they shorted it there. They shorted it here because they thought it would just keep falling. Mistakenly thought that, and now it's going to cost them. They got to buy their way out of those shorted positions, and they got to lose money again today on those positions they shorted today at 12 at lunchtime today. And so congratulations for all of you that were witty enough and smart enough to recognize the shenanigans and buy more shares. All right, even at lunchtime, congratulations, because you're making money now, every single one of you. So I want to thank you for being here. We're going to see them try to close this down 13 cents, 166. But folks, don't be surprised if we see this thing continue to run up this afternoon. It won't be the algo that makes this thing close out. This thing's going to see the volume start coming in. I could be wrong, but I don't think so. Now I want to get over here to this historical data chart. And we're going to look at the NASDAQ right now. Look at it turning north again. See the fakery shakery, and look at the NASDAQ now going back up just like I called. And we're going to probably see, like I said, the close at about 125 points up. And if not, maybe 99. Okay. Either way, it's going to be a fantastic day for the entire market and for SoFi as well to get this nice little pullback after 13 days of higher lows. To get a little pullback back like this will be the same thing we saw back in May, from May 15th, May the 15th to about the 22nd. All it did was go up, and then there were 2 days when it went down 13 cents. So I want you to be aware, we're going to see these brief pullbacks on this nice long run for 48 more days, but you got to be smart and just buy on those pullbacks. Look at us now breaking over 14,520 again, right here. And then we just got to go over 526. And if we do, we are going to go on up to 125, and SoFi will be higher as well. So good for the computer, trading back and forth, one to another. And of course, they'll all run out once the after hours comes on board. I think we're going to see a nice day of an after hours gain today. I could be wrong, but I think we're going to see possibly a 2% gain in the after hours, people. I could be wrong, but I do not think so. Looking here at TENX, my friend Mopar. We're looking at TENX. We see where it is, down 2%. No big deal. Looking back over here at SoFi, folks, and I want you to be aware, as does the NASDAQ, so will SoFi, okay? Just be aware of that. Whatever happens in the next 13 minutes of the day, as does this, so will we. So if we see a nice run here with a lot of green candlesticks coming in on this in the next 12 minutes, which I expect to see, I'm holding 10X will have its day. There you go. 10X will have its day, and that'll be when they get the final approval. They just went to stage three, and they go through stage three, final approval, and bam, the thing goes up to $800 a share. All right, who knows? At least $8 from where it is in the pennies stock range. And now let's look at the NASDAQ. 14,519. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4 green candlesticks and 1 red one. 4 green candlesticks after that, cup and handle. Cup and handle are going to springboard. This is going to springboard, folks. I'm telling you, we're going to be up 100 points. Doesn't cost me much to hold. The reward will be worth it. I hear you. Look at this now. Look at the NASDAQ at 14,521, 14,521.65, 14,522.198, 14,522.33 will be next. I missed it by 4 cents. 522.31. Maybe I don't miss it. Maybe it's going to hit right now. 522.33. 521.51. Do you see how they pulled it off that 31? 522.29. That's why I tell you to sell at 30. That's why, because at 31, they pull it off that number. 522.32 and rising. 522. See that? They pulled it off the 32 that time. 521.67 as they continue to try to work it back. But look at the volume starting to increase on the NASDAQ here, folks. And I want to get in on this chart so you can see this close and what they're using in the way of attack efforts. There's your red candlestick. After 4 in a row green, bam, they try to yank it back. It's to their demise. It's not going to work. This is going to break back over the 45-day right here, right now, folks. I believe it's going to break back over. I could be wrong. I am not a financial advisor. Do not take my word for it. I do not often know exactly what I'm talking about, but I'm pretty good at reading charts, and I'm pretty good at reading momentum, and I'm pretty good at reading sentiment, and I'm pretty good at reading BS when I see it too. And I called that this morning. I told you the whole rundown of the market was nothing more than shorts getting caught off guard by the CPI and being forced to run it down to escape their shorted positions. And they did it. Congratulations, Shorty. And congratulations on ripping off the people that are the retail newbies, again, ripping them off. That's all they're doing, folks. Taking advantage of people that are naive, short-sighted, don't understand how the market works, and they do it on a daily basis. They rip people off, people. I guarantee you that this isn't going to be where this stops. This NASDAQ is popping, folks. This thing is on fire. This thing is going to run. It's going back up over the 45 and 50. Right now, you can see it happening. Look at now, another green candlestick as they start to make their way in. Folks, you can see this is going to be tit for tat, back and forth. Big boys bashing it out. 14,519.60 now. Watch this thing run, folks, and we're going to join 520 now. There we go. I told you it would happen. They're going to start coming in the last 10 minutes of the day, and they're going to build in their positions for tomorrow's run. After today, trying to shake out the tree, every single thing up. The S&P, the Dow up, the NASDAQ up, the Russell up. What do you know? And look at crude oil down. Beautiful. Down 3% today. Hope we see that at the pump tomorrow or tonight. Folks, congratulations for buying in on this chart today with me, Catfish Tyler. I want to thank you for doing so. And we're going to watch this volume at 23,848, 23,848.9, 23,849, 23. And they're going to come in here, 23,850, 23,851, 888. Look at that. 23,852, 23,853, 23,861. There's a 9,000 share buy at 795, 23,862. 23. We're going over 24, folks, which is what we had yesterday. Take a look at the historical data and see what this volume was yesterday. 24,36. So we're going to bust past that, and that's a good signal for us again. Increasing volume is what? Look at the NASDAQ now. 14,523 up 90 points. Oh, man, it's going up. And so will Sofi, people. Stick with me no matter what. And if it doesn't, that'll be proof positive that there's nothing more happening here than absolute manipulation. If the NASDAQ continues to take off upwards, and look at it doing it, and we see this sit still, we're going to see a run up in the after hours. That's my call. Because once the momentum and flow of money continues to pile in, and I want you to look at the NASDAQ chart, look at the candlestick that just came in. Look at him trying to knock this thing back right there at 3:50 p.m. Look at that desperation dump of 3.86 billion shares, 3.88 billion shares to knock the price down to there, and on it goes up afterwards. Look at it going on over. Screw the people that tried to pull that one. That just backfired on them. What a waste of money. My God, just think how much somebody just threw out there to try to stop the breakover, and it didn't matter. The 10 days crossing over the 45 and 50 as we speak, everybody. Wesley, will SoFi go up this week? Yes. Look at the NASDAQ here. Look at how it's going over. Look at that big short attack that's trying to stop it from happening. What a failed effort. And that's a huge fail. 3.88 billion shares, folks, at 350, and the price dropped to there only to go right on up over the 45 and 50 day. Is a beautiful sign of strength. Look at that. SoFi 796 now. Here we go, folks. Holy smokes, they couldn't hold it. I told you they wouldn't be able to. I told you they were going to start coming in on this, and we're going to get on this interactive chart and see what's happening right now. Let's get in on this. Come on, let's refresh this here and look at who's coming in to run this SoFi price even higher. And it's going to keep going up, in my belief, after the bell today and into the 8 o'clock hour. All right. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. And how many of you, I know Bearded Bassett came in and bought. He asked me when the price was near the bottom, when's the low? I said, now. I said, get in now at 784. So goodness gracious, look at these big green candlesticks coming in. Look at the size of that buy, 208,000. And then the dump on the heels of that was only 46,000, folks. 208,000 and a 46,000 share dump. You got to be kidding me. Look at these green candlesticks pouring in here. Look at the size of that one, 184,000 shares, folks. No wonder the price hit 796. They're gobbling this up. Look at it crossing over the 45-day. Look at it right now, bouncing off that dump attempt right there. 170,000 shares, and the next minute someone bought 208,000 of this great stock. And then they try a little dinky dump of 46,000. And what do you see on the heels of that? A buy of 184,000 shares, people. And look at the thing popping to the upside now. Watch this thing. Watch it close. I want to thank you all for being here with me. Look at the price now. Look at it popping here. Look at the volume coming in. And we're going to see, like I said, over yesterday's volume level. We just went over it just now. Just went over it now. And the thing that's even greater about this is as the shorts make this ditch effort for the last 4 minutes to splash and hold it down, they're going to just keep piling in the volume. And that is going to be to their demise. I told you, as long as the volume on this stock keeps going higher and higher and higher each day, they're totally screwed. And they should know this, okay? They should absolutely recognize this and see the writing on the wall. Look at it now at 796 again. Folks, there's no way they can contain this. 24,420 now. That's a great number. 24,420, 420. How do you like that, Mopar? And everybody else that enjoys? There you go, folks. Look at the NASDAQ now. 14,524 and rising. There it is up here. The crossover has been completed. There's the 45-day, the 10-day crossing the 45 and 50-day on the NASDAQ chart. Look at us up 91 points. I called it. I told you that this morning. I told you not to be fooled. I told you not to be afraid. I told you not to be scared. I told you about the VIX. I told you that. There it is again. Take a look at it right here, how low the VIX is, the volatility index. Folks, I haven't seen the VIX this low all year. Look at the 5-year low on the VIX. It's never been lower than it is right now, folks. It's never been lower than it is now. There's the low before 1216, and now it's at 1205, folks. You're talking about a 5-year low on the VIX. Man, you can't ask for anything better. You can't ask for a better atmosphere for SoFi to start its run in than that right there, folks. And anybody that knows anything about the marketplace knows that the VIX is right now there's very little worry or fear in the market right now. And that's why people are still buying the crazy boatloads of this stuff right here and now. And they can't keep it from being down 13 cents. They wanted it so bad. They wanted that 13, folks. They wanted the 1666. It's not happening. People are coming in. We now have 2 minutes left to watch them continue to burn through shares. 24,605, 24,605.8, 24,608, 24,610, 24,612, 24,616, 24,621, 24,622. Look at everybody pulling in here 1,000 to buy all these shares. 24,626, 4629. Look at all the 3,000 share dumps trying to stop it. Now it's 796 and rising. 24,644, 24,662, 673, 674, 675. Oh my God, 678, 680. Look at all these people pouring in. And it's toggling to 796. Oh, it's beautiful. 24,702, 24,748, 24,751. We're going to have a million more than yesterday. We got 1 minute left, folks. 24,766, 24,770, 24,774, 24,778, 24,786, 24,789, 24,791, 24,801, 24,807, 24,814. Look at them buying 24,819, 24,827, 24,831, 24,843, 848, 862, 867, 872, 879, 884, 24,889, 24,904. Here we go, over 25,000 at the very end of the day, folks. 24,955, 24,955, 64, 24,967, 24,967. And folks, we nearly beat 25. That is great considering yesterday's level. And look at where they held it to. Forget about it. You're going to hit this refresh screen and look for 794 like they usually do, but instead it's at 795. So they do not have a bunch of orders loaded in like they usually do at 794. Told you NASDAQ. Yep. 14,533. And where did the NASDAQ end up? 14,533.40. Beautiful. Whoa, yeah, baby. And look how much it's up. 100 points after the takedown effort this morning that I told every single one of you cats was absolutely bullcrap. I told you that it was. I told you we'd end up close to 120 points higher, at least 99. And folks, look at that. That is an awesome number on the NASDAQ, up 100 points. And folks, we are trampling on a 5-year high on the NASDAQ. We are. And it's not done yet. Folks, I'm telling you, it's not done yet. I'm telling you, be aware, it is not done yet. We're going to the 5-year chart here. We got to get off here and take a look at how high it was, the highest it's ever been, right here, folks, right here, 15,498. What? Where was it? 15,860. And there you see 16,057. So, folks, we've only got 1,500 more points to get to the highest it's ever been. And that's not going to be very far away, folks. It's looking absolutely awesome. Look at it bounce off the 200, bounce off the 200, bounce off the 200. It just keeps showing extremely good signs. And look at the last time of the day. Look at the crossover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I called it. I told you this was just profit taking. We're going to see them all come in heavy, and they sure enough did. Look at them run that thing up the last 5 minutes, folks. It's a thing of beauty. It's an absolute thing of beauty. G&G Polar, tomorrow will speak. Powell, prepare for a Fed week. Powell's got no influence on the price of Sofi stock. I'm going to tell you why. Because all since 2021, when they were trying to rate hike, didn't affect SoFi. We kept gaining revenue, no matter what the interest rates were. It did not matter. And I try to show everybody that right over here. It doesn't matter what they did, because look what happened with the revenue in 2019. Here's when they cut off our student loan money coming in, and the revenue went from $565 million to $977 million in 2021, and then to $1.52 billion, all with interest rates going up and up and up and up, and it did not affect SoFi's price. Why? Because they're profitable, and they're diversified. That's why. What will be the next steps on the stock, in your opinion? All right, I appreciate you saying that, G&G. Well, tomorrow I'm going to be selling this SoFi stock at $8.30 and buy it back at $8.13. Now, I want you to know that almost every single day after the market closes, this is what we see. We saw it yesterday as well. We've been seeing it almost every day. A lame attempt to hold this down in the after hours, in the brief early part of after hours. And I'm going to show you how many shares they use to do it right now. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to go to my bookmark and I'm going to click on this right here, bookmark. And we're going to go down here and we're going to go after hours trades. Now we won't see these numbers until about another 15 minutes, but I want you to be aware they're going to come up. And they're going to be able to see how they try to maintain control in the after hours with such chintzy little share quantities. All right. You'll see. You'll see what they try to do it with, 1 share at a time, 10 shares at a time. Just like this morning, I showed you they'd bring it down with 200 shares, and then 2 share buy would bring it up 2 cents. Because they're hardly using any share numbers at all, usually just 1 share at a time to make this happen, to get it go down 1 cent. But folks, my feeling is still that from now until the rest of the earning call comes out on January 30th, we're going to keep seeing the run up, the same thing that we saw before. And if you guys don't know this, I'm going to take you over here right now. We're going to go back and I want to go to the historical chart. Mopar, strong support around 783. Absolutely just bounced right off of that like crazy. And look at the people that came in today on SoFi when they tried to yank it down. Look at the people that came in at 4 o'clock. Look at all that volume at 4 o'clock, people. What was the amount? 402,000 shares in the last minute. Green. Those are buyers coming in on the stock, people, who expect higher highs tomorrow, just like me and just like you should. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to show you this historical data because I want to remind everybody, when you go back to May 15th, when you go back there, I want you to be very aware of this acute fact, okay? Here it is. From May 15th, the low went from 445 up 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 1 penny down, then 4 out of 5, 5 out of 6. So on the 6th day, they attacked it 2 days down. All right. Well, let's go here. Let's go here. And here's where we hit the bottom before. 641, 1 day up, 2 days up, 3 days up, 4 days up, 5 days up. And look, the 6th day, they attacked it down 21 cents. You see the similarity? And then here you go. 1 more day up, 2 days, 3 days up, 4 days up, 5 days up, 6, 7 days, and then here they come again. What do you think is going to happen now? All right. Because when you go back to May, when I'm showing you these numbers, because they're relevant, when you see what they did on the 6th day and brought it down to there, what did it do after that? Up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days up. Folks, I'm telling you, 10 days up, 11 days up, 12 days up, 13 days up after they did that. All right? So you be aware of that, people. You be very aware of the fact that, like I said, even though we've got this run going up, there are going to be days where we're going to see a little bit of a hitch, okay, which is perfectly fine. It allows the stock to breathe a little bit, okay? It's very, very healthy to see this pullback today in this small amount. And look how much they pulled it back, 12 cents. Right? They were trying for 13, which is this exact same amount. They pulled it back. When you look at this chart in May, look at the amount they pulled it back. I want to pay attention because from the 15th, it went up here to 492, 522, and then look at the amount from 522 to 509, folks. How much is that? It's 13 cents. They went from 522 to 509, down 13 cents before a 13 in a row day run. You see the correlation? You see the correlation? And today they didn't even manage 13. They could only get 12. Too bad. So sad. I'm sorry you're mad. And folks, by the way, As I said, this 1 penny below usually holds all evening, but look, it's already going to go green. Buyers are coming in right now because the NASDAQ looks gorgeous. The Dow looks gorgeous. The S&P looks gorgeous. The Russell actually went green today. Ended up barely red at the very last second of the day because that's what they had to do. Don't know. Look at that right there. Look at that attack down. Look at it. But that, folks, is the Russell 2000. We are in the Russell 1000. What happened to it today? Green. Look at the Russell 1000 that we are in, that SoFi's in. Freaking green, everybody. Up $8.84 today. So you know that SoFi being pulled back a little bit is complete and utter manipulation effort, because the Russell's doing great. And this is the market that we're in. This is the index we are in. And pay attention, the Russell isn't even closed out yet. There's still 6 more minutes of trading on this Russell. All right. I hope it's Willie, so we buy everything. Yep, Wesley. Uh-oh, my phone is ringing here. Hold on. Something's happening. Nope. There we go. Folks, I want you to be aware of something here. When you've got all of these markets making ascensions like this, very end of day, on a day when they tried to run everything down, you know that they're already prepared for what's going to come tomorrow. And wouldn't it blow everybody's mind if that Powell stood up there and said, things are so good looking right now with jobs that just beat by 200,000 the expectation, and seeing right now that inflation is cooling off, that he said, folks, we're going to drop it a half. Wouldn't that just blow everybody's mind? And if it did, folks, it wouldn't surprise me. And I'm going to tell you why right now. Because it's an election year. All right. And because every part of our government right now seems to be on the hook. They all seem to be on the hook. They all seem to be on the Democrat train hook. And what do you think would happen if Biden called him up and said, man, listen, my buddy, Mr. Powell, I need a little help here. I'm way freaking behind in this next election coming up, and you need to help save me. Let's bring the rate down. Tyler, you are the GOAT. Appreciate your live on SoFi every day. Thank you. In January, we will get our price of the piece of the cake. We're going to get it earlier than that, folks. And I love it when I call the action like I called here this afternoon after this little double dip takedown, and told you, folks, it was coming. A run-in was coming. The price was going to go over 100. And look at that. It's beautiful. I said 125, but it could be 99, I said earlier this morning. And I was right. I nailed it. And folks, we're going to see it continue to rise off of this, because this is the proof in the pudding. Right here's the proof in the pudding. And look at the 3-month chart, folks. I'm going to take you back here just so you can be aware of this. Look at what I called for back here when I told you this right here on the 6-month chart. I told you that before, when we reached these levels where we are now, and we stopped at these levels at 14,353 and 14, what was it here? 346. When we stopped at those levels before, it was very herky-jerky moving up to them, and yanked down, and then up, and then yanked down. This is a different scenario, folks. And this is the main thing I told you all. This isn't like the past. This is a different story. This is from which we can launch, is what I told everyone. Is that not right, everybody? You heard me. If you were here during the last yesterday and last week, I pointed this out to everybody over and over. I went over this several times, showing you this is a different market we're in. This is a different scenario. This does not equate to what we had in the past. This is solid, firm, confident market building every day. It looks great. And I'm happy to see you guys here with me. Thank you for being here with me while we show you all this information. And I want you to be aware that the Russell is still riding up, 254469. Beautiful to see the Russell 1000 index, which we're a member of, running up. All right. Now, as I said to you before, folks, do not be surprised at all by any of these head fakes that they're throwing at us now that are going to come at us on a daily basis. Don't be surprised. Be advantageous. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it, folks. How about the me calling out the 15,533 close on NASDAQ 5 minutes before the close? Sweet, man. Sweet, Mopar. I hear you, my friend, and congratulations on your buy there on the VTI that you got. And yeah, 10x, you're going to be right on that. Look at this call of 14,533 close by Mopar right there. Holy smokes, beautiful. 14,533. Hello. How do you like that? And how did we know that? Because it was up 100 points there. Oh my gosh, folks, it's absolutely fantastic. And I also called that Mopar. You and I, we both have skills, man. We both know this market. We can read in between the lines. We can read into the deceitfulness of this market and how they'll just try to deceive people and shake the tree and scare people out. And we didn't fall for it today. We bought more. We bought more and more, and we bought those shares 13 cents below where we ended up today. And don't be surprised, folks, if by 8 o'clock tonight we aren't even higher. We'll be breaking back over 8 possibly by this evening at 8 o'clock. Now, I am going to go and get something to celebrate our success today with. So hang on with me. I'll be right back. Rutang, get your beer. All right, folks, here we come back in. And check out that gorgeous looking cold Miller beer. Miller High Life. How do you like that? Gorgeous. Look at that thing. Oh my goodness. It looks absolutely delicious. Got that perfect nickel head on it that I've told you guys before. So here we are, folks. Cheers to you, to your success in the stock market, to your great knowledge of knowing it was time to buy when it was at $6.41, for your excellent purchases today. Those of you that bought in with me at 782, 783, 784. Oh my God. How did we know it was all over right there for them? But we knew it was, and we picked it right. Folks, that's why you're here on this channel, because every day we buy on the low, and if we can, we sell on that high, right? And today it wasn't even worth selling at the high, because tomorrow's high is going to be about 30 cents higher than where we hit for today's high. All right. Just so you're aware of that. I'm just letting you know. And it's going to already start here in the after hours. Man, the shorts are so screwed on this right now. So screwed. Man, they are just toast here. Can you imagine having the stock that you borrowed that you had to pay 5% interest on to borrow being only down 1.49 at the end of the day after you thought you had everybody fooled this morning? Can you imagine how many of those people? And I want to do this right now. Let me do something here, folks. Let me do something. Hold on. Be right back here. Hold on. Not done just yet here. All right, good, 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 good. Let's get over here. I want to look at market chameleon. Oh my God, look at the call volume 57% and put volume at 43%, people. What a bunch of absolute idiots. My God, that is insane, folks. And have a look at all the puts that were placed at 12:55 today, 1 o'clock. And at that time of the day, the price was right here, folks, 790. Oh my gosh, look at that boatload of losers. 5,317 puts versus 468 calls from 12:55 to 1 o'clock because the idiots thought the price was going right here. They thought it was going to drop. They got a little tiny pullback from 12:55 here to 12:58, and the price hit 787, and they were still short. They were still putting puts on it there. Unbelievable. 787, folks. What a lovely number to see them get screwed on. Oh my God. My number, 788. They were all shorted. They were all thinking for sure after 788 it would keep falling. What a critical, stupid mistake. And look how many of them put puts on at 325 to 330 thinking they were going to bash the price down the rest of the day. 325, folks. What was the price at 325? The price at 325 was right here, people. Right there, 794. Oh my gosh. Every single one of those puts are going to lose their ass tomorrow, everybody. They're going to lose their ass. And now look at us going up in the after hours, just like Catfish called. And folks, it's going to not stop here. You are going to see, as I said, in 796 now, folks, we may very well see a 2% gain in the after hours based on that closing of the NASDAQ today. Seeing that thing just take off up like that at the very close was awesome. And I wouldn't be shorting this thing if I would not short this stock right now. You couldn't make me short this if you were to pay me $500 cash in my hand right now. There's no way in the way I would be stupid enough to short this because I'd be losing way more than 500 in the process. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. And a great call, Mopar. Look at that close. Look at that volume that came pouring in. Look at that price just take right on off. And I called that, folks. Absolutely called that at the end of the day today. Oh, my God. Just look at that. It's absolutely a thing of beauty, folks. An absolute thing of beauty. And I wonder what these people knew was going to happen at 10:50 this morning, 10:48, and the ones right here that bought at 11:04. What did they know? Or were those red candlesticks? Were they trying to stop the run at that time? Let's go back and look at it right here. We're going to get on the one-day chart and look at those candlesticks and see what happened this morning. Look, they were both trying to stifle the run. They were red candlesticks. There you go, folks. You can see one of them was for how much? 1.5 billion, and the other one right here for how much? 1.69 billion. And I already showed you the big red candlestick over here that they tried to dump on it, and it had no effect, man. The price just kept skyrocketing right up, skyrocketing up. And I want to look at Sofi's one-day chart here too. Let's get in on this on the one day and take a quick look at the one day and see how that panned out on the one day. I want to see if there was any massive candlesticks here to try to knock us back, just like we saw in the NASDAQ this morning. So let's go to the one day right here, and let's go look at it. And my goodness gracious, folks, look what happened today at this time right here, right there, when they attacked it down. There it is. We'll get over here to it. They're trying to keep me from showing you this, people. They don't want you to see it, but I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to show you how they met, what they did it with this morning and what their efforts were and how hard they tried. Look at how much they dumped right there when they heard the news about the CPI. Look at them trying to fake everyone out of their shares. 569,000 share dump right there. And then this is on SoFi. And then they tried it again at 942, 475,000 share dump. And then another one of 853,000 shares to get to that number where we got to buy everybody. So just think about it. Whoever it was went through millions of dollars worth of shares to get us the price we got to today. You got to be grateful to anybody that would spend that much money to help us out, people. You really do. You have to be grateful. And they did it again here. Look at this at 1124. Thank you, all of you shorters, 286,000 and 304,000 to get us another buy opportunity at lunchtime. And that was great too. To start the rundown right there. That's when they started it at 1120. And guess who called that? Mopar called that too, or Jacob did. Jacob, good job. He called this rundown at 11:20. He said, will we see them attack at 11:20? And he called it. They came in heavy. And now look at the price right on back up. Look how it crossed back up over. Even with this dump here, right here at 229, they tried to dump 170,000 to drop the price from 795 all the way down here to 794. Look how much they spent to get it to fall a penny, folks. 170,000 shares, and it fell 1 penny. Well, I bet you they were crapping their pants when they saw that. They probably thought that thing would fall 4 or 5 cents on that number, and it fell 1 frickin' cent, folks. And then look at them try to splash the close and dump in there at the last red candlestick, 278,000, and the price is now a penny higher than where they got it to. On minuscule share volume after hours. Oh my gosh, folks, I'm sorry, but I get a laugh. I get a big laugh out of their efforts. You got to love these shorters and their desperate moves, right? You got to commend them for their efforts anyway, everybody. So what will be the next steps of the stock in your opinion? Well, I'm going to show you right now, and then I'm going to get on out of here. I'm going to go have some fun. I'm going to make myself something to eat here. But folks, just look. This is absolutely wonderful. Look at the NASDAQ end of the day. Look at the crossover of the 45 and 50-day moving average there. It's an absolute thing of beauty, folks. And I'm so happy to say that I called that it was going to happen. So I want to thank you for being here with me. And now I'm going to show you my opinion on what's going to happen with the SoFi chart over the next 6 weeks, okay? I'm going to show you right now on this 1-year chart. All right, here's what I see. Here's what I see happening. And I want you to know, I put this line on here, this trajectory line on here probably 2 weeks ago. And look how it's just following right on my line. Look at that right there. Look at that thing. Right on Catfish Tyler's line, riding right up in the direction beautifully as I thought it should. And now we're at 796 again in the after hours. They're not going to stop this run, folks, no matter what they do with what volume. Their 1 and 2 penny shares in the after hours aren't going to hold up for them. All right. But as I go back here, I want you guys to look at this very closely. This will be the last thing I show the last 14 of you that are here with me today. I've shown some of you this in the past, but I'm going to show you right now where I think we are. Right here, folks, is where we hit the bottom in the middle, right here on 12.8. 12.8. That was the end of the bottom. And I want you to look at the differences here. Look at this here, this price right here, and you see another one right there. Look at this one here. There it equates to there. Look at this one here. It equates to that one right there. This pullback here equates to this pullback here. This pop to right here would have happened here, but this is the Chiaverini day. See? And to stop this pop right here that they knew was coming, they called Chiaverini and said downgrade the stock to $2.50. So instead of getting this one right here, folks, We didn't get it right there because of him and him only. All right. On May the 15th. That's why it went down here instead of going to that number right there that would have been equated right there. All right. But he made that call for a downgrade to $2.50, shoved the price right back down. But look at here. Once it dropped to there, folks, I want you to look what it did. It went to this number here. And that's equal to this run right there. Do you see that? You guys look closely with what I'm showing you here, because here's what I think's about to happen. So after you got that run to there, you had a pullback to this amount right here. Well, look at here. There's the run up to there, and there's the pullback to right there. There was a double bottom here on this pullback, and there's a double bottom there. They're equal, folks. But this double bottom that you saw when it pulled back, I'm sorry, from here to here, when it pulled back to that number right there, then the next point it went to was there, right up there. You see that? And folks, that's 1145. So after we get through with this little bit of pullback to this line right here, where we just dropped slightly below on the 15th of this last month, once we got there to the same point here, we went up to there, and I expect to see us go to there now. Right about here, $11 or so. That's the next spot from this drop. That's where the gap is. And that's where this gap is going to fill, if you ask me. Now, I don't know that for certain, and I can't guarantee it. But that's the way I feel, folks, from looking at this chart. This thing is freaking mirroring itself. But now the debacle of the rundown has ended just like here it ended, and then it started this double. Well, here you go, folks. There's the double. It ended there, and now we should see this thing continue to ride my line right on up. And folks, by the way, by April of next year, that'll be my birthday, April the 4th. On April the 4th, the price looks to me like it's going to be on my birthday at $20 something cents. Folks, wouldn't that be awesome if on my birthday, this price on April the 4th, right there, was at 21.17? Folks, it could easily happen with this stock. Do not be surprised. Do not be faked out of your shares like you saw today. Do not sell your positions on these rundowns and get paranoid and freak out, folks. It's all by design. And the price is going up. The trend is up. And if you don't believe that, look at the 5-day chart, look at the 1-month chart, and look at the trend. It is absolutely up on this stock. There's no question about it. The trend stopped dropping right there. On 11/30, the drop ended definitively, and you can see what the 10-day moving average has done ever since. And it's going to keep doing that, folks, until we get to earnings, all right? That's what I believe. I could be wrong, but I sure don't think so. All right? So that's what I think. I'm glad you asked me. I'm glad you can see that. Hopefully G and G are still with me, and you got to see all that I just showed you, because to me, this is a launch in the process, and a pullback like this is just a refueling, folks. Just a refueling is all it is. We just fill her up, right? And by the way, make sure you put premium in there, all right? Because this engine that Sofi is running on is going to take premium fuel, everybody. So I want to thank you again for being here with me through this last half hour as we watch the price go right on up. I missed where we ended up closing by about 3 cents. I thought we might see 7.98 because I knew how hard they wanted to stop it from going to 7.99. But I didn't miss it by much. And by the way, folks, right here, you can see right here on the 5th, it was 7.99. And you can see here on the 7th, it was 7.96. So here today to be at 7.95 should be no fear, because you can see what's happening in the after hours. And it's going to keep going up, folks, is my belief. I do not guarantee you that. I do not make any promises. All I can tell you is what I feel, think, and see on the charts and in the volume and in the NASDAQ overall and the whole market as a whole based on this VIX. All right? So there you go. The 5-year, the VIX is at the lowest it's ever been right now. That's the lowest it's ever been as of today's date. The VIX volatility index is the lowest it's been in 5 freaking years, people. All right? Be aware of that, all right? Be aware of that as the manipulation efforts continue to get heavier and heavier because they can all see this too. And they continue to pile in with their shorted positions, shorting this stock as hard as they can. They're living a dream, folks. And pretty soon that dream of theirs is going to turn into a freaking nightmare. All right, I'm telling you. Okay, so I'm done. That's it. I'm going to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you for being here. Oh my God, look at all these people here, all commenting, and I didn't even see all these comments pouring in. I'm sorry I didn't know this. I thought only G&G had made the last one. Mopar, hey, calm down. I called that, Tyler. Try and steal my. Hey, wait a minute, man. I was calling the head fake this morning, Mopar, and we're both right. It's okay for us both to be right. There's no problem there. I did not call the exact number of the close, but I said the market would be up 100 points by the end of the day, maybe as much as 125. That's what I said very early there. So I will take claim for what I did say, and others know it. Look at the price now at $7.97 in after hours, folks. I called that too, didn't I? I called that, Mopar. Come on now, give me a little love. Roberto Miller Piss Beer. Hello. What are you drinking? That light-footed Budweiser, Roberto? You drinking that light-footed nice arc in your instep Bud Light? Just don't drink Bud Light. That's right. Got to get my Hefeweizen. That's right, your Hefeweizen. Whatever. Fantastic. Got a lot of frothy beer there. Mini weight loss. Drinking ice cold Modelo. I love that brand too. Modelo is an excellent beer that I always get when I go to my favorite Mexican restaurant, Cancun, here in Michigan. And I got the owner of that restaurant who actually gave me free shirts because I go there so much. And I talk about his restaurant on my channel. He actually gave me some shirts that I can wear when I was on. And I have in the past, folks. Gam. My birthday is April 5th. Oh, yeah. We got another Aries with us joining in on the Thank you, Gam. Richard C. What price do you think we should put a limit sell order at if we don't day trade to possibly sell at the next gap pop? All right, I'll tell you right now, $10.12, my friend. $10.12. All right, I'm giving you that number for a very solid reason, and I'm going to show you why I'm giving you that number right now. And I want you to know I called an after-hours run today, and it's happening. All right, so let's go over here. And I want to show you right now, Richard C., why I'm calling for that number, $10.12. I'm going to show it to you now on the historical data chart. And I want you all to be aware of why I'm calling this number where I am calling it. Now, when we go all the way back here to May the 15th, and I've shown you this number before, I want you to pay close attention, folks. The price ran all the way up to 1023, like I've shown you before, but then they pulled it all the way back down to 771. They did that on the 6th day again. I keep telling you about 6 days. They love this 6-day thing. Here it is from 1023, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6th day, 771. You see that? Now, I want you to pay attention to what happened after that. The price kept going up and up and up and up and up and up and up, and it hit this number, 1013. Folks, on that day, I told everyone to sell at that price, and a lot of them did with me because I knew they were going to attack it at that number. So there's where I want you to put your sale order in case of a drastic pop, because I want you to be aware that on July the 19th, you might wonder, well, why did they stop it at 1013? Did some bad news come out? Why did it drop from 1013, close at 985, open up the next day 22 cents lower? Because they designed it that way. And if you don't believe me, I'm going to go right here now to this right here, and I'm going to put Google in, and I'm going to put that date in. So you can see that what I'm talking about, there was no bad news on July the 20th, July the 19th, to stop the price from running up on 1013. I'm going to show you right here. So we're going to go here, and we're going to put Sofi. And it was, what was the date again? July 13th? July 19th. July 19th, 2023. Now, one would think that when they got to 1013 and it dropped and it fell so much from there back into the sevens, the one would might think, oh my God, the reason it went there, why did it do that? Was there some bad news that day? Well, I'm going to show you right now, there was none. There was none. And you can see I've tried to look at it before. July 19th, discuss your thoughts. It says this is Reddit. Then I went down here. There is nothing about SoFi regarding July the 19th. There is nothing, folks. There's nothing about it. There's no reason for it to fall. And then I thought another reason, well, maybe it wasn't just SoFi. Maybe it was the whole market that did it. Block that. All right. Instead, I just said, all right, well, let's just go in here and put in NASDAQ. What made the NASDAQ maybe fall on July the 19th? Well, I'm going to show you. Freaking nothing, people. All right. I'm going to show you now. So you'll understand that the number 1013 was absolute manipulation. And I want you to see what happens on July 19th. Here it is, folks, for you guys that are with me still, so you can understand. Mark, we'll catch you tomorrow, man. We'll catch you tomorrow. Look at July the 19th. It says right here on the headlines, stock market news, July 19th, Dow extends streak of gains after more bank earnings. What do you know? Banks were earning money, and at 1013, we got attacked that day. And folks, I want you to know that this run up, when the Dow was up, the Dow's rally, it says the index logged its 8th straight session of gains, its longest winning streak since September 19th. On this day that I'm talking about, that they attacked our price of our stock. See that? So there was no reason for it to fall from that number other than absolute manipulation, people. And look at the volume the day before at 33,000. It was 50,000 million. 33 million, and it jumped to 50 million that day for them to knock it back to that and then keep attacking it down on 41 million. They attacked it down more on 34 million. And I want you to pay attention, because the same 6 days after 1013, it hit its low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, folks. 894. 2 days later, 1170. I'm right about these 6-day things, folks, and you should be aware of it. So when you get to these highs, they come at it, man, and they'll do it for 6 days. They'll do it for 6 days. All right? Then you need to be aware of it. That's exactly what I'm pointing out to you now. So I'm done now, folks. I'm going to get on out of here. Look at the SoFi price at $7.97 in after hours already, folks. And it's not going to stop there. We got 11 people here with me right now. Richard, you're very welcome. I want to thank you for being here. I want you all to notice something here. We're going to go over to the SoFi after hours market trades, not pre-market. Close that out. We're going over the after hours right before I leave, and we're going to refresh this page on after hours trades. And here we are now, folks. And look at this. And they're only showing back since 4:15. We're going to hit see more trades. And then we want to see what's going on recently. And look what the numbers were, 795, 796. And folks, I want you to see what I'm talking about. 796, look at this, one share, 5 shares to drop it back from 796 They made a 5 share to make it drop, 2 share to go back up. Folks, when you see the price fall from go from 795 up to 796 in 30 seconds on a 2 share buy, you know for sure and certain the shorts are screwed. All right. When you see the price manipulated from 796, 1,000 share buy to a 506 share dump, and then a 5 share to try to keep holding it, and then 2 shares come in and the price goes up a penny, folks, you know they are done. They are totally toasted. You look at this, it got a 796 here, and with 1 share, they tried to drop it. See? This is the way that they work in the after hours. There's 796 again, 500, and with 1 share. But you better look at this next buy-in, 90,759 shares, folks, at what time? At 427. 90,000 shares. No wonder the price is now at 797 and rising, folks. Do you see? Even in after hours, they're piling in on this thing. Yeah, folks, you're not going to be able to contain a price run up in after hours when you're trying to use 500 shares and 5 shares and 1 share and 300 when somebody else says, I think I'll buy 90,000 shares at that price. All right. That is a killer for the shorts. And I'm showing it to you because I want you to be aware of it, everybody. Wesley, Ilion, thank you for your hard work. You're welcome. Each and every one of you, I want to thank you very, very much. Gam, we're going to have a birthday party. Hey, Gam, tell me, please, where are you? So we can get together and party on the birthday, right? Let's get together and party if you're close by, Gam. Where are you located, please, if you're still with me? Don't know whether you are because we've only got 12 people here right now. But, folks, I'm very happy to see what happened to SoFi's stock price today at the end of the day. I knew it was going to happen and continue on into the after hours. And I told each and every one of you, don't be surprised by seeing SoFi this time keep going up in after hours, not this one penny pullback bull crap we've been seeing. Look at it going on up, and it's going to continue because we got big orders coming in the after hours. Look at that buy-in right there. 90,000 shares in the after hours. You never see that, people, unless people know what's going on. And folks, at this stage of the game, look at them try to run it back off of 795, and that number was a dump, folks. 90,759 was a dump at 1627. And take a notice that the next minute later, 1 share made it go up a penny. Are you with me? Folks, you got to understand, when you see this kind of manipulative effort, when the price is at 796 and they dump 90,759 to get to 795, and the very next minute 1 share makes it go back up a penny, guess what that makes them feel like? When they dumped that many shares to get it down 1/2 a penny from 7,955, dump that many and get a 1/2 a penny drop, and 1 share comes in and makes it go back up. Man, folks, that's got to be freaking depressing. That's got to be depressing, people. And now look at it, where we are, 797, and Catfish called it, people. Catfish called that as well. And forget about this 795. It's 797. And folks, most likely it's going to go over $8 in the after hours too. And it might continue right on up until 8 o'clock. So, folks, thank you very, very much for thanking me for my hard work. And now, folks, I'm going to continue having my nice cold beer, and I might have a bud as well. I might have, Mopar, if you're still here, I might have a Bud Light, okay? I might have a Bud Light. Even though you know I'm a steadfast Miller drinker, I may have a Bud Light. Okay. There's a very good chance that I'll be having a Bud Light. All right. Thank you all, everyone. I'm glad that you're here with me. I'm so happy that we made a buy today and all those shares we bought. Folks, take a look at this before I go. I want to show you guys that are still here now what I did today, in case you weren't here earlier. Take a look at the shares that I bought when it got down here to this price, 784. Look at that. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. It started to rise, and I said, I'm going to push more of it up. I'm going to push it up. Bought 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Look at this. I kept pushing it up at 786, 100 shares, 200 shares, 300 shares, 310, 320. Folks, I kept pushing it up. 788, I bought 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Folks, that's how you do it, folks. That's how you make money in this business. That's how you day trade. You catch that bottom, you pile in with the heavy shares, and then you nibble away 10, 10 here, 10 there, 10 here, 10 there, and you just keep running it right up their butts, right? That's how you do it, people. So I'm showing you the methods of my madness, which isn't madness to anyone but the shorts. It drives them mad. I can assure you, to see me putting in my orders a penny over the current price, and I might put one in right now just at $7.98 to see if I can fill there. Let's just see what happens just for fun. Let's go see if I can buy it right now. Hold on. Today, and the price at 12.55, those massive put calls came in, and the price was 788 and 789. All of them losing money. Let's try and buy right now. Hold on a second. Give me 1 minute, and then we'll be done. I know I keep saying that, but I'm having too much fun. As long as I got a beer here next to me until it runs out, I'm fine. Here we go. I'm going to come in again on this and see if we can buy it up. For one thing, folks, I want to see how many bids there are on the bid side and what the ask is like. So here we go. We're going to try to buy right now. Reuse order. We're going to do a buy order. We're going to do extended PM. And right now you can see, folks, take a look at what we got going on. 7,100 want to pay 796, and ask is 10,700. So I'm going to put my order in at 797. I know that disgusts them, but I don't give a dang. Now I'm going to try to buy it at 797 in extended PM, see what we get. That's my limit order, 797 extended PM. Try it now. Review order and place it. And they're going to make me put my password in again. All right, whatever. We'll put it in again. Let's get it in there and see if we can fill at 797 in the after hour. Not sell, buy it at 797 in the after hour. Oh, dang it, man. I'm sorry, folks. It looks to me I did fill at 797. I'm sorry, Shorty. Now let's see if we can buy it at 798. I'm not going to write down one share. I don't care about that. Let's see if we can get it at 798 now. So here we go. Reuse order. Going to go extended PM. And we're going to try for 798. Oh, yeah, I'm going to try it. Review order and place it. And we picked up another at 797. All right, folks, that's fine. Now I want to figure out how many shares I ended up with here at the end of the day, because I bought a lot late. And we are at 33,980 plus 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, 10, 20, 30, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 370 plus 50 is 420, 470, 520, 520. I now hold 34,325 shares, everyone. All right. There we go. Got to start a new sheet. 34,325 shares. So that I will put down at the close. Okay. And folks, congratulations to every single one of you who came to Catfish side and bought with me today at $7.82, $7.83, $7.84, $7.85. Kept buying at $7.86, kept buying at $7.87, $7.88, $7.89, and I told you all those numbers would come and go, didn't I? And look at us now at $7.97 and after hours and continuing to rise. And don't be surprised to see $7.98 and $7.99 and $8 in after hours, much to the dismay of the shorters. And it may even go over the previous close of 807 in the after hours, because I think people already know, can read the writing on the wall, and saw today was just a big time manipulation effort. And they're buying it now, even in the after hours, because they recognize the same thing I do. It would have never dropped today without manipulation. And they're coming on in. They're continuing to add to their positions, and they're smart to do it, in my opinion, folks. All right. So let me put this page deck back down here. We got 10 folks here. Thank you again for being here with me, everyone. I'm very, very grateful for your presence, as always. And I want to thank you for hitting that like button. I appreciate you sharing this information with all of your friends. Tell them about Catfish, and so they can come on over and join in on the fun we have here. So, folks, that's going to do it. I do want to say one more time how much I'm grateful to you all. I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you for being here. It's been a great day. I told you this morning, and I told everybody here last night, don't be surprised to see them do the exact opposite of what they did yesterday. And instead of running it up to that high and then yanking it down all day, I told you I thought they were going to run it down out of the gate today, and we should take advantage of it because it was going to shoot right back up. Tomorrow, I'm going to predict the same action, an opposite of what we saw today. I think they're going to be alternating this method that they're doing to keep people off guard. And I think tomorrow morning in the pre-market, this is going to be at 801, 802, 803, 804, maybe up to 820 range in the pre-market. And when they come out of the gate, they're going to take this thing up possibly to $8.30, $8.40, maybe even close to $8.50. But you better have a sell order in at $8.47 if they do, because if you don't, from that number, they're going to take it right back down to the $8.30 where you can buy it again before they go on up into the $8.50s and $8.60s. All right. So just be aware of that. That's what I'm saying. And make sure you put all of your shares that you own now up for sale at higher numbers. I don't care if you put them up to $11, $12, $13. I want your shares tied up so the shorts can't borrow them, just like Catfish does. Don't let the shorts borrow your shares from you and use it against you, people. Put your shares all over, good till canceled. Put your shares up, way up there, so they can't get to them if they need to on a scramble. Because if some news comes out from this company and breaks the bank, they're going to be scrambling for shares, and they'll be willing to pay any price to get out. All right, I'm done. That's it. Thank you again for being here, all of you that are here. I'm very grateful again for your presence, and I want to say farewell now. And this is going to be it. I'm going to get over here, boom, like this, and I'm going to bring this back up, and I'm going to give you guys one more toast for being very savvy buyers. Mopar, Brew Tank, Manny, everybody else who's here with me. I don't want to miss anybody, but I can't include everyone. You know who you are, and I'm grateful to you, each and every one of you. I love you. 798 now, folks. Whoa! What is happening in the after hours? You know what? I'm almost tempted just to stay on here, because something tells me if this thing starts taking off like Catfish said it was going to and go up over 8, we might have some curious people going, what's going on here? They might start looking for somebody that's up telling them. And I'm here to tell them. And I told you guys all when this thing closed at the end of the day, we were going to keep going up. I told you that. Because when you see the NASDAQ doing what it was doing, the only way that Sofi counters that to the downside is by pure manipulation, people. That's the only reason. Now I want to get over here and I want to look one more time at this after hours. And I'm going to refresh the page now because I want to see how much volume's coming in. All right, let's go look and see. Oh, yeah, 50 shares. 1 share to try to drop it. Up it goes. 17 to try to drop it. 11 to try to drop it. On up it goes. Look at this, folks. When you go from 796 on one share going up, that is complete, utter weakness. And then 5 shares that continues to climb. Their back is broken, folks. They're broken. They're breaking down. 750 shares and then a penny to make a two shares to try to make it drop. It goes up on one. It goes back down on 100, and then it goes back up to 796 on 2 shares, and it goes to 797, folks, on 1 share. All right, all right. I want you to be very clear and understand what I'm saying, folks. What I'm saying is that when you see 1 share make the price rise, that is awesome, and that is a true sign of weakness. And why the price keeps running up now? Have they just completely run out of shares to try to hold it back with? Just trying to fight us back with 1 share at a time? It's insane, people. It's crazy. And I'm pleased as pudding to see it right now. Oh my gosh, look at this thing, folks. Look at this. And I'm trying to show you this, what's going on, and I didn't even have the page up. I'm going to pull it up right now and let you see it now. Look at this, folks. Look down here where the price was at $7.95. They used from $7.97 a 10-share buy to get it to $7.95, and then 1 share made it go to $7.96. And then from $7.96 a 1 share attack to $7.97 on 10 shares, people. Are you with me so far? And then here, 796, 17, 11 at 796, and 1 share to make it go up to 796 and a half. Then 5 shares only to get it to rise even more. That's a sign of weakness, folks. Then 50 shares, and the thing went to 797. And now look where we're going up to right now in the after hours. And look at it. It was at 798. It'll be there again soon. There it is, 798. And folks, you gotta love it if you're a long. If you're a shorter, you better just be right on, get on out the door. Go ahead, buy your way out. I wonder how many of those already were shorts that I just showed you that were buying their way out of their positions because they're so screwed here. Then they see what's happening in the after hours. Like, dang, man, we got to buy and get out of this thing, man. We couldn't even run it today down on 25,901 shares. And by the way, that's another number that was higher than yesterday. Yesterday, only 24, so the volume's coming in, folks. The volume is rising, and it's going to go right up over their chins, past their mouths, and up over their noses. All right, everybody? I'm just here to tell you that. 798 now, and it's so beautiful to see it. And I called it all the way. All right, I'm done now. That's it. Thank you very much. Cheers, beers, and have no fears, everyone. All right, that's what Catfish is here to tell you. And any day that we see the market going up as much as it did today, after that manipulation effort this morning, you know we're going to continue to see gains most likely. No promises, no guarantees. But thank you again. And all the shares at 798 will be gone, just like all of them that went away at 782, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89. All the way up. Okay. I've said enough now, I think. Thank you again for being here. Have a great one, everybody. Check it out. Adios. If anybody has said anything to me here at the very end, I'll look and see. Chuck, good night, Chuck. Yep. Thank you, Wesley. Thank you very much. Want to thank you all. And hey, have a great night. And I'm just going to say goodbye to you. Bye-bye. Richard, Mark will say, Mark. Oh my gosh, I'm terrible here. Richard, Wesley, and my good friend Mopar. I know you're probably still listening, Chuck. All right, everybody, that's it. Toodles, Mopar. All of you, have yourselves a good one. Here's some waves goodbye to all of you here. All right. That's it, folks. Thank you for being here, and I am going to check on out of here. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great one, and we're going to let my buddy say the farewell to you all, and he's going to begin right now. Well, everybody, hope you had a good time with King Cat Tyler today. I know I sure did, and man, wasn't it fun buying all those cheap shares up down there at $7.82 today? Wow, we won big time going there. Folks, keep on keeping on. Have yourselves a great night. As usual, we wish you all great happiness. Wish you all great success in your trading ventures. We wish you most of all the best of health. And last but not least, we hope that you're all surrounded with love because, folks, you deserve it. So that's going to do it for me. I'm on out of here. See you later, everybody. We give you a big old hug and wish to see you again tomorrow morning early. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. Don't forget to tell your friends about it.